Hello and welcome to the McTaggart Attack podcast. I'm Kevin McTaggart, and this is my podcast. This is my way of giving my opinion on whatever the fuck I want to talk about. Basically, opinions on whatever comes to mind. Each week I do What's Pissing You Off Wednesday on Wednesdays. But this is not that. This is just me giving my thoughts and opinions on something. And I've not wanted to talk about this. And I've been kind of scared, so to speak, to talk about this. And it wasn't because of potential blowback that I may get for this. But those people probably don't listen to this podcast anyway, so I don't give a fuck anymore. I want to talk about President Donald Trump, where it's still difficult to say that. And I hated when he became president. I had stopped drinking since about July of 2016. And then I started drinking again on Inauguration Day because I just felt so awful. And it was just one way to cope with it. And then I stopped drinking after a few months later, and then I started again because my job was shitty. But this podcast episode is not about my sobriety. It's about Trump. It's about Trump and what I think he is, what I know he is, and it's fucking sad that he is one of these things. And I'll admit, I do think that the media is partially responsible for all of this, because no matter what news group you support, they're going to sway you in the way that they want to sway you. And I try to be objectively about it. Maybe he's not so bad. I mean, you can look, and he has done some good things, I think. There have been some things that he's done for the country that are good. And people who love and support Donald Trump will tell you that. And I try to think about that. But then you read his Twitter. And was it this past weekend when he said that the Congress people, need to go back to their countries, go back where you came from, which is as bad as go back to Africa. And people figured out the 4 people that he was referring to, and 3, all women, of course, because he hates women. He's a misogynist. He hates women. He loves women for all the wrong reasons, but he hates women. If Nancy Pelosi were a man, he'd get along better with Nomar Pelosi, or whatever. Norman Pelosi, yeah. If Nancy was Norman, Donald Trump would get along with him a lot better, probably. I don't know. Probably not, because he hates Democrats, too. It seems. He says that. He talks about how bad the Democrats are, so he definitely hates the Democrats. But his tweets this past weekend, were so disgustingly racist. And then he continues to support those comments. And then he has that rally in North Carolina on Wednesday night, and there's a "send her back" chant, which he has since disavowed. But, I mean, how much more fucking proof do we need that our president is a racist? How much more fucking proof do we need? I have believed that he's been a racist. I've believed him as a racist since 2009. 2009, with the whole birther movement. With him demanding, leading, he didn't start the birther movement. That apparently was Hillary's people. But he led the birther movement. The birther movement, which came about because people didn't believe that Barack Obama was a citizen of this country. And they didn't believe that, and they will not admit this, but because of the color of his skin. Because I'm pretty sure if Barack Obama was a white man, there'd be no birther movement controversy. That would not exist if Barack Obama was white. You know it, and I fucking know it. And Trump led this movement. And now this motherfucker's president. Unfortunately, for probably 2 fucking terms. And that's disgusting. The fact that our president is a racist, misogynist piece of shit. But people love him. People support him, no matter what. No matter what. No matter that he's a racist. No matter that he's a fucking phony who says whatever the hell he thinks he can to make his followers love him. Well, if you're a follower of Donald Trump and you support him and whatever the fuck he says, and you chant, "send them back," you're a fucking racist too. That's right. If you voted for Donald Trump, you're a racist. Congratulations. Because if you support a racist, that makes you a racist. I remember I called a Trump supporter a racist back in 2016, and I will never forget this response. He said, "I'm not a racist. I have a black wife." I'll never forget that. That's how you defend your racism. That you married a black woman. And I love how at Trump rallies, when they see one black person in the crowd, they said, "Hey, look, there was one black person at the Trump rally." There's usually one black person at KKK rallies too, but he's getting burned alive. This guy was lucky. He was just sitting there watching. And then they come up with these videos of black men talking about stuff, and who knows if they're true or not, but it's alarming. It's disgusting. It's just totally fucking disgusting that Trump is a fucking racist. I hate that he's a racist. I hate that our president is a racist. I hate that racism is still a thing. And I hate that racism is going to still be a thing. Why? Because there's a lot of fucking racists out there. And that's maddening. Don't hate someone because of the color of their skin. You hate someone because they look different than you, that they have different ideas than you, that they have different objectives than you, different things than you. And you don't give a fuck what they have to say. You treat them like secondary citizens. And we have a president who hates women, who hates black people, any color really, because he's a racist. And it's just so fed up with this whole fucking thing that... Can you impeach a president because they're a racist? I mean, he was voted in by all of the racists. And I don't know what the fuck to do. It's just aggravating and sad and depressing that he's president and he's a racist. And it seems like more people are finally saying that, especially after this week. So that's the one bright mark, I think, of all of this, is that we need to realize that Donald Trump is a racist piece of shit, and he needs to get voted out in 2020. I hope that he can get voted out in 2020. I have doubts, because I don't know who the fuck he's going to run against. Who? Who the fuck is he going to run against? Maybe Kamala Harris. Who knows? Or Bernie Sanders. Or somebody. Someone who can, take him on. Not Joe Biden. Biden's done. But I'm just so sick of this bully, misogynist, racist piece of shit who's our president. And it saddens me that people support him no matter what. If you think that racism doesn't exist, you're an idiot. You're an idiot. You need to get your head out of your ass. It sucks. It's not funny anymore. It's not even funny. I can't joke about Trump because it's not funny. People don't find it funny that this guy, this dude, this con man, racist, misogynistic piece of bullying shit is our fucking president right now, and I can't fucking take it anymore. He's an awful human being. And hates everyone who doesn't agree with him. It's fucking disgusting. And it's a goddamn disgrace that he's running our country right now. Sure, he's done some good things, I guess. But you know what? He's also done a lot of bad fucking things. And you can't just, pick and choose what you like about him. But hey, he won your party the presidency. So who gives a fuck what he's actually like? Lots of people fucking should. It's a shame that in 2019 we have a racist for a president. I hope to God or whoever or the universe that he's the last racist president that we ever fucking have. Just aggravating. Just really fucking aggravating. It's been an aggravating week with this guy defending his tweets. Why the fuck does he tweet? It's like, I feel like he enjoys pissing off the people who don't like him. And that's half the country. I really hope that people fucking wake up in 2020 and vote his stupid, misogynistic, racist, bullying, piece of shit ass out of fucking office. And that's the bottom line. If you smell what the McTaggart Attack podcast is cooking. If you'd like to reach me, you can email me, mctaggartattack@gmail.com. You can find me on Twitter, @KevMcT. That's KEVMCT. Or the first three letters of my first name and the first three letters of my last name. You can also find the McTaggart Attack Podcast Facebook page.